So we have our final guest, and he goes by the moniker, I guess that's the right word, Richnovated, but his name is Rich Gilliam, and he has a book. And Rich is with She Publishing, and She Publishing will be in the house at the festival again this year. So Rich or Richnovated, welcome to Black Authors Matter TV. And if you can unmute your mic so we can hear you.
How's it going? Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you. Now, will you be coming to Houston with She Publishing next month?
I don't think I'm going to be able to make it to Houston this year. I was there last year. I wasn't with She Publishing last year. I was with another book that I had published. It wasn't through She Publishing, but I was in Houston last year. But I don't think I'll be able to make it this year.
Okay,
oh, that's okay. Well, you have a lot going on. You have a book releasing Friday.
Yes,
yeah. Yeah, I do. Yeah. It's right here.
There it is.
Engineer Your Way.
Yeah.
And you are an engineer by profession, by training?
Yes, I'm a robotic engineer. Yes, I work in robotics.
Wow, robotics.
Wow.
Yeah.
Robotics.
Yeah.
What got you interested in robotics? Was this something that you were interested in since you were a child?
Oh no, not at all. Nah, I'm not one of those people at all. I actually, that's another reason why I kind of wrote my book, and it's a lot in my book, but I had a 1.8 GPA when I graduated high school. So it's been a journey. It's been a journey for me. And when I went to college, I went to St. Augustine's University in Raleigh, North Carolina, HBCU.
Yes.
And I actually studied biology, and I was actually a scientist when I first graduated school, doing neuroscience research for the government. So I was doing, science research for a few years. Then I actually made a transition into engineering and robotics. So it's been an entire journey. That's a whole nother story.
Wow. Well, the fact that you had a 1.8 GPA and then studied biology.
Went on to college.
That right there. Well, and picked biology.
Right.
In order to do biology, you had to be one of those 4.0s and above, or at least a 3.8. So why did you select biology as your major? Was that the area you did well in school? You just didn't do that well in the other things, and that's why your
not really, honestly. My senior year in high school, I did do like my senior high school project on kidney disease. I had an aunt that passed away from kidney disease. So, I did a project on kidney disease, and just like I did some research at different dialysis centers and stuff like that. So I did that my senior year. And then when I got to college, I didn't really know what I wanted to study like at first. So I remember just asking my mom, I was like, I don't know what I want to study. And she was like, oh, you like to doing your high school project on kidney disease, and that was dealing with science. Maybe you should try out biology. So I just, went for biology, and then it was kind of like, I look at myself as a lifetime learner. So once I got focused, it was just kind of on from there.
But I think what's wonderful is that you have people in your life who didn't give up on you. You graduating from high school with a 1.8, and then you still had family members who were encouraging you to still go to college, and not only just go to college, but don't just pick any major. Biology is a hard major.
Yeah, any of the sciences are tough in college, especially.
So I just feel like it's because people believed in you. How long was it before you believed in yourself? You believed what they were saying to you, though?
Honestly, I would say, to be honest, like, I guess, life is a journey, right? I'm 30 years old now. And, when I got to college, I was definitely, motivated, and, really, really, I felt believed in myself. But now, I would really say over the past 3-4 years, I've really, I guess, really found myself and branded myself, and have, I guess, started to become even more confident in myself and my brand. Besides, just being a engineer or a scientist, like, I've branding myself into to Richnovated, right? So that's like, being that forward thinking person myself, because everything that I think of and everything I do, I think 10 years from now. I don't think about like the next couple months or like the next year. So I mean, I really just say it's been a journey my entire life, but definitely, going to college, and then really for me, like really experiencing another environment than where I was from in Philly really had a positive like effect in my life for sure.
Wonderful.
So St. Aug, my daughter went to North Carolina Central.
Oh,
So,
okay,
and
Eagles,
my people are from North Carolina. So, and she
that's
talked about St. Aug. So,
yeah.
how was the environment at St. Augustine? Like, how big a school is it? And
Oh,
what,
it's small.
okay.
It's definitely small. Yeah, definitely small. Good. It was cool though. I was able to build relationships with all my teachers and stuff like that. But definitely coming to the South is definitely different than the North. Like I'm from Philly, so it was definitely coming to the South was definitely different than Philly. So it was a new experience, but it definitely definitely was a positive effect in my life. I think so.
Yeah, my daughter said going to an HBCU it's just a more nurturing environment, and
I agree with that.
you're around Black people who are all trying to do something with their lives, but you can be yourself, and so you don't have to feel like you're you're not a minority. So when you're in a situation when you're at a PWI and you're like one of this 2 or 3%, like it was at Georgetown when I went, that's a whole different thing. And I envy people who go to HBCUs because they go back. They say, like, my daughter's planning to go to her homecoming again. So
Yeah.
she goes to homecoming weekend at Central. And I think she's been to every homecoming since she graduated. She graduated
Oh,
in
okay.
2018 from Central. So, and
Okay. That's
so,
cool.
but St. Aug is one of the schools. I think they played football against them, or just they were around because all of those North Carolina HBCUs kind of connect together.
For sure. Yeah, definitely. I definitely been up Central a lot. Central is definitely is cool. Yeah.
Yeah. So your book, Engineer Your Way,
Mhm.
one, does the acronym stand for something? All those
It does. It does. It
okay.
does.
So
It's a long acronym, but it
yeah,
definitely
it is, because that's
stands
the
for
word
It's a
engineer.
long word.
yeah. Yeah. But I know I'm all about, I guess, hidden messages. So the book is called Engineer Your Way, of course, because I'm an engineer, but engineer is really that, that vehicle, right? But once you get into the car, it's really, about something completely different, right? So it's going into
Okay.
talking about embracing everything that you've been through in life. So me talking about I had that 1.8 GPA in high school, right? But that's not where I'm at today. Really navigating through everything you've been through in life. Having gratitude for different situations that might inspire within your life. Innovation, because me, like I said, I'm a forward thinker. So really thinking about everything that I do, but in a forward thinking mindset. So thinking 10 years from now, not just next month or next year, right? Emotional intelligence, really having empathy for others, and really just reassuring yourself as well, like of just having that self-confidence. So it's really those kind of like outlying, I guess, soft skills is really what's allowed me to build what I have today, not my, technical knowledge, right? You might think on like you say science and engineering, you're like, oh, you must be real smart. I mean, I am smart, but like, I feel like my outlying soft skills have really allowed me to build more so where I'm at today compared to, my technical skills. So really, putting out some a book like that for people that, I feel like this book is for anybody that is a dreamer and has dreams in themselves that they want to manifest. Being able to hear from someone that's transparent and sharing their story, as well as giving tips on how they can build to kind of get to where they want to get to.
Do you think your book is, and I love what you said, but is your book, do you think it's for younger people to encourage them? Or is this for people who are in the field, who are already in robotics, or who are already engineers? Or maybe just people who might have been where you were, maybe not knowing what direction they wanted to go into?
Yeah, I definitely wouldn't just say it's just for people that want to be engineers.
Mhm.
It's definitely not just, yeah, for those technical people. Like I said, I feel like it's for anybody that has dreams and ambitions, but might be, needing that extra push or being inspired. So yeah, I feel like it's for all ages. I mean, I've already talked to different people at, colleges that say they want to get this like in curriculum at different universities, to different entrepreneurs, to business people. So it's been, kind of all around the box.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and I like one of your the G, you have gratitude, I believe, is what you use for that.
Mhm.
And talk about why you picked that word for the book, why you think that's important.
Yeah, I mean, gratitude. I don't know. I'm a firm believer of just uh what you put in the universe you get back, right? So, and I'm a thankful person for, not even things that good that happened to me in my life, but also things that I've, maybe been through in life as well, that I've been able to learn from. So gratitude, like I'm a man of principles, so gratitude is just one of my principles that I live by. And I feel like, just because I've had gratitude, I've been like blessed with different things in my life, or just been, living that way. So yeah.
That's a good way to show that gratitude by writing a book like this. How long is the book? It doesn't look like it's really long, so it looks like it's pretty digestible.
Yeah, it's about I would say it's about 84 pages.
Not
Okay,
too
so
bad.
you can read it in
Yeah.
one sitting. It's one of the
Yeah.
books that you
Yeah,
can
it's
sit
not
down
it's
and
not
read
too
it.
long. It's not like a Harry Potter book.
Well, I never read Harry Potter, but I read some thick books, but I was just not a Potter fan or whatever they're called, the Potter people. Now
Yeah.
you have a multi the month it's something that they're called, but I just can't remember what it is because I wasn't in that world, so to speak. And
Mhm.
Sylvia didn't. My daughter didn't. She did read a couple of Harry Potter books, I think, but she wasn't really into it either. So you have a multi-city book tour you're about to go on,
Yeah. I am. I'm still
and
in
you're
the planning stages, but yeah,
okay.
definitely it's going to be happening. So
You
So
coming
yeah.
to DC?
I might be, so DC isn't on my official tour yet, but I might be coming to DC in the new year. I know She Publishing was telling me about a book festival in DC, I think in February, I think.
She was telling you about my event.
Oh, that's yours. Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
She
Oh,
told me she
small
was going to
world.
talk to some of her authors.
Yeah, small world. I'm sorry.
Was
Wow.
it
yeah.
the
But
Black
yeah.
History Month Literary Weekend?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my
Yeah.
event.
Okay. What's the date of it again?
It's February 22nd through the 24th, and it's going to be
Okay.
in the DC area.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'll definitely
Yeah, we had a
put
good
that.
time last year.
Yeah, I love DC. Minus the traffic. The
Oh
traffic.
my goodness, the traffic here is horrible.
Yeah.
What
I mean,
is
I
the
don't
traffic bad?
no,
Traffic.
traffic here is like on a whole different level. I don't care what time you get on the Beltway, it's going to be packed. You can get on the Beltway at 2 o'clock in the morning and there's going to be traffic.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's not bad.
I
Yeah.
don't get on the freeway here a lot, but the ones I get on are ones that are not like, and I'm blessed. I work uh 10 minutes from where I live, and just about everything I do is in a 3-mile radius. So I don't have to get on. Our freeways are terrible, except for our belt. is not congested. I lived in DC, so I know about that belt.
Yeah.
Our belt is new, so and it goes around the city, so it's not. It's like an outer belt, so it does.
Okay.
So it's not. It's the
Well,
traffic.
Houston has a lot of belts.
Yeah. Well, we only have one beltway. We have a lot of freeways, though.
Yeah, a lot of
We only
freeways.
have one beltway. It's a lot of new people that have moved here in the last 5 years. It's just, and new people, they don't know how to drive. Anyway, that's a whole nother topic. So anyway, so your book comes out officially on Friday.
Yeah, it comes out
Okay.
officially on Friday. I actually did I guess a pop-up drop at Invest Fest in Atlanta.
Oh, that's
That
awesome.
was I was a vendor in a Invest Fest in Atlanta. It was about 2 weeks ago, and yeah, I went down there with about 100 books and only came back with about 15, so almost sold out all the books I had, and that
Not
was
bad
like
at all.
that
Not
was
bad at all.
that was without any even promotion. Like I literally threw it on my like Instagram the same day that I was gonna be at Invest Fest doing a pop-up with the book, and it went pretty well.
I think it goes to show you people are interested in your story. You have a very inspiring story. So I'm glad that you shared it and didn't keep it to yourself.
Yeah. No, definitely. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've built a brand and a following over the past year through my business STEM plug. I published before this book, I published a children's STEM book last year called Diverse in STEM. It's just a children's book. That's the book I was actually at Houston with last year.
Okay.
And
Okay.
it's just a book to inspire children from all different backgrounds to go into STEM. And since I did that, I've built a brand around STEM. I have a podcast as well called the STEM Plug Podcast that has thousands of listeners on all my episodes right now. It's on like Spotify, Amazon Music, and Apple Podcasts. So I've started to build a brand and build a following, and just looking to continue to inspire people from my life story, right? A lot of people get to a certain stage in their life and want to go be so high horse, right? But I'm transparent about everything that I've been through in my life because that's not where I'm at today. So I can share all of that. Sorry, my computer almost fell. I can share all that. So yeah.
Well, I think just your high school to now saga is very inspirational, because most of the time when people think about the GPA of 1.8, they just think of failure. And I'm just being realistic about how people perceive things. Normally, they wouldn't see that as success, but you didn't make that stop you from being a success. And I'm not sure how much encouragement you got from your educators. Do you want to share that? Did they give you
My
encouragement?
educators, what, in high school?
In high school. So, okay.
I mean,
So,
I don't know, like I can't even I don't know, high school, I just wasn't I'm not even gonna lie and say that my teachers weren't supportive of me. I just wasn't focused. I didn't have much motivation around me growing up. And I guess also looking back at my life back then as well, I probably didn't have, I don't think I showed it, but probably didn't have that like self-confidence in my abilities as well. So I'm not even gonna sit here and make excuses and say my teachers didn't care for me. It was on me. I just wasn't motivated. That's all I could say.
That's a very mature way to look at it, though, because often people would try to blame the teacher and say they didn't care, but it's a very mature way that you say you blamed you because you weren't motivated and you weren't focused. Is that something that you talk about in your book as well?
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Yeah, definitely taking that that self-acknowledgement of yourself, and that kind of all goes into, emotional intelligence, right? So understanding when you know, you gotta you gotta take the control of your life, right? You can't make
Mhm.
excuses or play victim in anything. You know, you play that victim game, you know, life starts to fly and you look up and you know all your goals and all your things you wanted to accomplish is just going by because you just want to play victim your entire life. So yeah, I don't got nobody to blame.
Well,
So,
you learned some valuable lessons at 30
right.
because some people are much older than you and still got now.
Yeah, there, you got a point there. But I did want to ask you just a bit more about because I did see that you have a YouTube page. Is your YouTube page where you house your podcast?
Yeah, so I have my podcast on YouTube. It's on Spotify as well, Amazon Music and Apple Podcasts as well. But yeah, I have 12 episodes out right now. I'll be probably dropping another episode actually this week.
Wow,
So
thousands of
yeah.
listeners with 12 episodes. You're not doing too shabby.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. It's good. It's good content. It's good content. Yeah.
So you
And
talk about STEM related subject.
well, yeah, well, I have different guests on there. So, you know, all of my guests are doing, you know, cool things within science, technology, engineering, and math. So, like one of my episodes, I had a holistic scientist on. She was talking about holistic science, and also she offers holistic courses. So, not only was she talking about holistic science, she also was talking about the services that she offers. Another episode I had was you know, a cybersecurity engineer. So he was talking about cybersecurity and also like his coaching services. And you know, kind of my podcast really started with just like, you know, like I said, I look at myself as a lifetime learner. And I've already, you know, I have a wide network, a lot of people doing, you know, cool things within STEM that I'm always like just, you know, learning from that what they're doing. So I just got to a point where I was just like, you know, why don't I take the same time where I might be learning from somebody and now just put it on a platform. So that's
Right.
why I started my podcast. And you know, everything that I do is a vehicle to something else. So, you know, even with my podcast has allowed me to, you know, put myself out there more, build my brand more. It's led to me getting more you know, consulting gigs and coaching gigs from people seeing my podcast, as well as speaking opportunities, as well as collaborating, like being able to collaborate with other people and help them build their brand as well. So it's been a win-win for me.
All right. Well, congratulations on all you're doing. We still have a few minutes left.
I had a
So,
question for him.
okay.
What made you go to St. Aug? What made you go to college? Okay, I'm gonna put it three. What made you go to college? What made you pick St. Aug and leave home? Okay, leave home and pick St. Aug.
Um, what made me go to college, you said?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, so what made me go to college? When
Like, had you
I'm
planned
gonna
to go
give
to
you an
college?
answer. I'm gonna give
When,
you a
okay.
yeah. Um so I mean originally, you know, I came down, I did, I mean, so like my senior year, right? My senior year, I will say like I started to, I guess, kind of like get on a better track. I know my mom like kind of started to, I remember like the 100 Black men in Philly, I started to like kind of see them sometimes my senior year. They started to get me on kind of a track. And then like I remember like visiting different colleges and stuff my senior year. So that probably, you know, started for me to get that interest, but still my GPA was so low, I couldn't really like go to much schools. But um you said the reason why I went to St. Aug, like St. Aug gave me a chance. It wasn't many people taking the 1.8. So that was one of the reasons. And then when me and one of my best friends that I grew up with, we you know, we both came down here together and we visited the school together and we liked it. So that's kind of how we just ended up going. So
Well, I just like the fact that you've built your platform since then. You know, and I know I noticed you said you had children's books and you've started the podcast. So you've taken your knowledge and your robotics knowledge, your STEM knowledge, and then you've taken it in so many different directions. And I'm sure that this isn't something you just sat down one day and said, okay, I'm going to do all of this. Was this something that you kind of built on little by little?
Yeah. Yeah, to be honest with you, that's why I said life is a journey, right? Because um it really took me to almost like I almost lost my life in a car accident back in 2019. And
Wow.
that's what really took me to, I guess, take my dreams and ambitions seriously outside of my corporate job. Like,
Mm,
because it sounds cool to be a scientist or an engineer, and I can just do that, right? But I feel like I couldn't really make that real impact I wanted to make on the world by just being a scientist or an engineer. So that's really how my brand really came about. Like, even when like I said, I almost lost my life. I feel like, my life did completely change because, a lot of my qualities I have today, I feel like I built after that situation. And then, because I've had ideas, my children's book that I published last year, I had ideas of writing that probably since I graduated back in like 2016.
okay.
But I just slept on the ideas, like just I don't know, not maybe not fully believing in myself and stuff like that. Um, so it's, I'm glad that I did, go for it because, I've gotten this book into different schools. I've got into a school in Ghana.
Nice.
So it's like a worldwide now. I've been able to travel to a lot of different cities, connecting with kids all around the country. Um, so and that's something that I slept on for years. And it took me to almost, I guess, lose my life to actually take those dreams and ambitions seriously. So yeah,
And
really,
sometimes God has to wake you up any means necessary, huh?
yeah, no, for sure. That's definitely what happened.
Well, in the last
Mhm.
couple of minutes, I do want to just have you say what you do in robotics. What
Yeah, for
kind of
sure.
robotics do you work in?
For sure, for sure. Yes, I work in like lab automation robotics. So basically, robots that you could just think of the work that a scientist might do in a lab. I program robots and put together infrastructure of robots that do the same task, but at more of a scale form to break it down in a simple matter. That's basically what I do. But the type of robotics that I work in within lab automation is really, I look at it as like a jack of all trades almost, because like I said, I was a scientist before I, transitioned into being an engineer in robotics, but my science background is still important in the work that I do because I have to understand like all of the maybe, specific particular like experiments that I might program to be on a certain robot, stuff like that. So, but
Oh, okay.
yeah, yeah,
Well, that sounds extensive. Well, Rich Novated, thank you for being a guest on Black Authors Matter TV. Show us your book again. And
for
it's
sure, for
called
sure.
Engineer Your Way.
Engineer your way. That's it right there.
And I
Yep.
did put your link in the chat so people
Okay.
can click and purchase your book, which I hope they do. We need to support this young man. He's doing some amazing things and he's motivating a lot of people to do some things to get
I
into this.
appreciate it.
And I'm not even just talking about getting into the STEM field, but just being able to believe in themselves and to do whatever it is that they want to do. You don't have to let your past define you. So thank you for
Uh,
sharing your story.
no, for sure. I appreciate y'all having me. I look forward to seeing y'all soon at, a certain book event. We're definitely going to connect some more. So I appreciate the opportunity of having you on your platforms. Thank you.
Okay. Well, thank
Have a
you. Have a
wonderful
great evening.
evening. Thank you.
Yep. You too.
Bye-bye.